I go to Spotify, release radar, or not not release radar. I go to Spotify, New Music Friday, but then I try to find a New Music Friday from different countries. So go to Spotify New Music Friday Romania, for example, and go listen to what is new in Romania and what is the top 10 or the top 50 the songs from Romania, and understand that it might be something that you don't understand what they say. Is it the same type of music of you? How does it look like you, etc. I do this for Turkey, I do this for Russia, I do this for, and I try to explore the world. And I think we've been sold the idea that all of us, thanks to social media, are going to become some kind of global thing, because they always sell you the accident. They will sell you the viral hit that is making a billion streams. And yeah, listen, I have some of those. So I'm in the lucky few, but most people, they'll never do that. Most people, yeah, listen, they have to ask themselves, wouldn't it be better to find my niche and stop listening to the dreams they're selling me and just get you get you 1,000 people. And if you look at podcasting, right? All these podcasts, what they do, all these channels, what they do. If you listen to Joe Budden, if you listen to Backfuel, if you listen to Matt Hoffa, if you listen to the Brilliant Idiots, if you listen to XYZ, if you listen to my girl Lovely T on YouTube, what they tell you, become a member of X, become a member of my Patreon, become a member of my locals, become part of my exclusive club. And if you pay $5 every month, you will have content just for you. You will have, your comments will be green instead of being black like everybody else. You will have a special icon next to your comments. And this is a way to secure a certain amount of people who will generate you. If you have 1,000 people that are willing to give you $5 every month through a subscription to become members, and maybe they get an extra live just for them, or maybe they get some videos that they can see before everybody, whatever, you find something. Or maybe whenever there's a new song, they receive it by email, for example. And these people, if you have 1,000 of them, you get $5K every month, guaranteed. You need to make 1.5 million streams to get $5K. And most of you, you're gonna release a song and you make 2,000 streams after a year. This is the reality. Not because you're not good, but because you are competing with every single artist on the planet, or every single creator, or every single beat maker. Or like, listen, you can do great beats, but good, on YouTube, there's 1 million people who do tight beats. Everybody know how to use Fruity Loops and etc., etc. The craft of beat making, the moment that anybody who's not, even if you are a crafting scientist of beat making, if there's 1,000 people who can do something that sounds like you without really doing all the work you do, but it sounds the same to the general public, only me will yeah, he's a crafter. But for everybody else, they go, hey, how much for this beat? $20. This is marketplace. So when you have this marketplace problem, what all these people do is they try to develop find their most loyal listeners, customers, you name it, and they have them become part of a membership, and these people will pay these people will pay the effort for everybody else that love to listen for free. So if you have a successful podcast like Joe Budden, for example, and you have 1 million people listening to you every day, and or every month, and in these 1 million you have 100,000 people who are willing to pay $5 every month. Now you make $500K every month, and it's better than advertisers who might start bullying you if you say something they don't like or whatever. Is better than a platform that will say XYZ or demonetize your video for whatever subject you want to talk about, etc., etc. And it's not the platforms are bad, it's just the platforms are scared to lose the money from this, and there's pressure from this government, whatever. Now, if you have 100,000 people on their level that are willing to pay $10 to $20, you're good. You have a freedom to say what you have to say, to go through controversy, and it doesn't affect your money. And if you are a beat maker, you'd rather have, a few select rappers that can use all your beats, and they just subscribe to whatever, or your masterclass or XYZ, and they have access to your beats for just for demos, but not to release stuff. But they have access to your tight beats. They can download, make their demos, and they have preferenced payment solutions. Maybe they would pay half of the price that normal people would pay for to get exclusivity on the beats, and in exchange they pay, I don't know, $25 every month. Well, if you have 200 people like this, you get $5K a month. You're good. So I'm going back to my website, because I know, listen, I've been on the internet since 1996. Trust me. I've been telling things to people for a long time. You know what my mom told me today? My mom told me today, I remember when you were telling me CDs are going to disappear. And in her head, she was saying, my son is stupid crazy. And then CDs disappeared. And then she was like, at a point you were telling me, hey, mom, DVDs are a thing of the past. And she was like, what is this guy talking about? And then DVDs disappeared. And me, I was like, we had these discussions? And she was like, yeah, listen. Then she was telling me, I remember when you met Jacob de Varieux, when Kassav, when your dad made Kassav come for a show in Congo. I was like, my dad made Kassav do a show in Congo? And she was like, yeah. And then after that, they were in the house where they shot a video in the house. And then I remember you were 12 and you were talking to Jacob de Varieux when you were 12. And you had like these conversations about technical stuff, la da da. And I was like, what is this kid talking to this guy about? And I was like, this discussion happened when I was 12? And I was like, and she was like, yeah, you don't remember? I was like, I don't have no memories of that. I remember them coming to the house, like, but that's all I remember. Like, I remember the first time I met her. I met him again when I was like 24. I thought it was the first time. She was like, no, you met him when you were 12. Rest in peace. And then you had like a conversation about music. And so I was like, wow. And yeah, he was interested. He was giving you advices. And I was like, word? And I was like, Mom, please, please, please find me photos of this moment. Please. And then she asked me, do you remember when you were 15 and my billionaire friend told you, hey, I'm meeting Michael Jackson. Do you want to come? And then you replied to him, no, I'll meet him myself. And I was like, yeah, I remember that moment. And then my mom was like, and then you met him at the Cora Awards by yourself as you were winning the Coras. And I was like, yeah. So listen, this is something Nichols told me. He told me, sometimes we don't understand why Kaysha does what he do, but when he does, we just do the same thing.